Hey everyone, and welcome to ChineseSkill Unit 18. In this unit, we're going to talk a little more about shopping. We'll cover a few more basic grammar structures, as well as some common antonyms, and finish up by looking at a few more numbers. So let's begin here by learning a few basic adjectives that you'll need when you're shopping in China. Maybe you want a coat, but the one you're looking at is too big, or you're trying on a pair of shoes, but they're too small. Big in Chinese is 大, and small is 小. 很大 means very big, and 很小 means very small. These are opposites, similar to 长, which means long, and 短, which means short. To say something is too small, too big, or too much of anything at all, we can use the following structure. 太 plus an adjective plus 了. For example, 太小了 means too small, and 太大了 means too big. So if we wanted to express this skirt is too short, we could say 这条裙子太短了. 这条裙子太短了. This skirt is too short. So how would you say this pair of pants is too long? 这条裤子太长了. 这条裤子太长了. This pair of pants is too long. This 太了 structure is usually used in the negative sense, but sometimes it can mean good things as well. For example, 太好了 means that's great. 太了 is great for speaking with extremes, but the next structure we're going to take a look at will allow us to talk about much smaller disparities. In Chinese, to express a little bit, like in a little bit smaller or a little bit cheaper, we use the following structure. An adjective plus 一点儿. For example, 我喜欢苦一点的咖啡. I like coffee that's a bit more bitter. Or 我妹妹喜欢长一点的裙子. My younger sister likes skirts that are a bit longer. By itself, 一点儿 means a little bit. And did you notice that R sound at the end? This pronunciation style is more common in northern China, whereas in southern China, you might hear it pronounced 一点. For example, 大一点 and 大一点 means a little bit bigger. Now, it's common to haggle over prices in China, so there are two must-know phrases that you need to remember. 太贵了 and 可以便宜一点吗? Let's start with 太贵了. You can probably tell by the way I say it what it means. 太贵了. It means it's too expensive. And if you think something is expensive, 贵, then the opposite of that would be cheap, 便宜. So you can ask, 可以便宜一点吗? Can you make it a bit cheaper, or could you lower the price a little bit? While 便宜 means cheap, 便宜点 means a bit cheaper, and 可以 is a modal verb that means can, and is used to ask about a possibility. 可以便宜点吗? Can it be a bit cheaper? You can use the two phrases 太贵了 and 可以便宜点吗 together to mean that's too expensive. Can you lower the price a little bit? Now, of course, the seller might refuse to budge and not want to lower their prices. So at this point, it's probably better just to ask if they have something cheaper. So we can say 有没有便宜点的, which means do you have any cheaper ones? This phrase is interesting on several levels. As you may remember, the particle de plays a very important role in the modification of nouns using the modifier de noun structure, like in 黑色的鞋, which means black shoes. But when the noun is obvious to both speakers, the noun can actually be omitted, like in 便宜点的鞋 means cheaper shoes, but then 便宜点的 just means cheaper ones. So how would you say more expensive ones? 贵一点的. 贵一点的, more expensive ones. Good job. Looking back at the question, do you have any cheaper ones? 有没有便宜点的? 有没有 means to have or not have, and reduplicating 有 in this manner actually creates a yes or no question, like in 有没有大一点的? Do you have any bigger ones? Or 有没有便宜点的? Do you have any cheaper ones? So let's do a quick review here. Imagine you're in a shoe store in China and you've picked out a pair of black shoes. So you ask the seller, 这双黑色的鞋多少钱? How much is this pair of black shoes? The seller gives you a price, but you think it's too expensive. So what could you say? 太贵了. 太贵了 is too expensive. Next, we'll follow up by asking if they can lower the price a little bit. 可以便宜点吗? 可以便宜点吗? Can you lower the price? But the seller refuses. So how could you ask, do you have any cheaper ones? 有没有便宜点的?有没有便宜点的? Do you have any cheaper ones? Good job. Y'all are going to be buying things like a pro in no time. The last thing I want to talk about here are the words for hundred and thousand. Now, we've always known numbers to be really easy in Chinese, and these are no exception. The word for hundred is 百, and the word for thousand is 千. When saying numbers bigger than 100, we use the following structure. A number plus 千 plus a number plus 百. The first number is for how many thousand, and the second number is for how many hundred. So for example, 100 is 100, 100, and 3,000 is 3000, 3000. 1,300, 1300, 1300. And a little note here, when saying the numbers 200 and 2,000, it's actually more common to hear 200 and 2000. So how would you say 2,200? 2200, 2200, 2,200. Good job. Bye bye.